This episode is for those of you who love food. You might even call yourself a foodie. I'm going to preface this episode with the fact that there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with loving food. Your girl loves food too, okay? But the question at hand is, can you love food but still lose weight? Let's find out.
Hey mama, welcome to the Tough Love Mom Podcast. I know you're here because you're ready to get consistent and finally lose that weight, and you're not afraid of a little tough love. You know what to do to lose weight, but following through on those things feels impossible. You wish you could just feel like your strong, confident self again and want to be a good example for your little ones, but you get thrown off by mom guilt and the unpredictability of motherhood. It's frustrating. Taking on your journey postpartum is hard, but it's not impossible. Hey, I'm Liz, and I've been where you are. I gained a lot of weight in my pregnancies, 90 pounds and then 60 pounds. I needed to lose that weight to take control of my health and honestly just wanted to feel like myself again. With a sustainable approach to weight loss, simple consistency, and working on my mindset, I lost it all in just over a year both times. And I'm here to help you do the same. I believe that we have an ingrained ability to figure out what we need to do, make it happen, and do it in a way that awes the world. If you're ready to stop falling off the wagon, create solid routine and healthy habits, and finally feel your best inside and out, all while enjoying dino nuggets on your salad, you are in the right place. We're about to transform your journey, my friend. Get pumped up. It is tough love time.
When we go out to eat, I am not above having a piece or two of bread and a nice steak with veggies, or for one of those Americana places, I will likely get a burger. Like, I don't know if you've had a peanut butter and jelly burger before, but those are good if you get them at the right kind of restaurant. And yes, during both postpartum weight loss seasons, when I was actively working to lose weight, I sure as all get out ate these things. I mean, not every single, it's not like we were going out to eat multiple times a week or even weekly, and I was getting this stuff all the time, but I enjoy food. When I have the opportunity to enjoy some good food, your girl's gonna eat it. So I would call myself, in some, amateur sense of the word, a foodie. Like, I do love food. I'm gonna enjoy it when I get the chance to. So the key to loving food or being a foodie and still being able to lose weight is one small, simple thing. It's detaching identity from the actions that you take. You can still love food, but not be controlled by it. Is this starting to click? Who you are as a woman, as a mom, does not have to be what you do, okay? And a lot of us think of that statement as our occupation. And whenever it's like, you meet someone and the conversation always kind of kicks off as, so what do you do? Like, nice to meet you, Liz. Hi, my name is Sarah. What is it that you do? Do you stay home with the kids? Do you work? That's always where it goes. And often our occupation defines us. But then we ourselves, within our own minds, like to give ourselves our own labels and our own definitions. Like me, I'm guilty of often calling myself type A, super organized, introvert, like to stay home, that kind of stuff. Same thing. A lot of people will describe themselves as, I just love food so much. I don't want to, it gets in the way of me being able to lose weight. But you can still love food and not be controlled by it. And that's where that detachment of identity from actions needs to be understood. It just needs to be lived out. So part of detaching these things is likely not speaking the I love food, I'm a foodie, whatever, over yourself as often as you do. And maybe you don't already. It's not something that's controlling your mind all the time, but there might be thoughts all the time of food in your head, thinking about what you're eating, when you're eating it. And it can be one end of, like, I've been on that end of the spectrum where I think about it all the time because I want to control what goes into my body because I'm trying so hard to lose weight. That was me before having kids, and it was pretty unhealthy. And I've also been on the other end of the spectrum where I just want to eat all the things, and it's because I was so restrictive for such a season where all I thought about was, when can I get a donut? Where can I drive through to get a cookie? Like, Chick-fil-A, that sounds good for dinner once a week, or pizza night every single Friday. Awesome. Because I love food and I'm going to have 4 or 5 slices. I've been on both ends of the spectrum where I'm thinking about food a lot. And not that I was constantly calling myself a person who just loves food, but it was in my mind a lot more than it needed to be. So that's one of those parts of detaching that identity from your actions is how often is that in your head? How often are you thinking about food? How often are you obsessing over the food that you're putting in your body? Because what you speak about yourself, the thoughts that you think, becomes what you believe about yourself. It becomes part of who you are, and that impacts what choices you make day in and day out. So in short, the answer is yes, absolutely. You can love food and still lose weight. Just how strong is that attachment between, your thoughts, the things you're thinking about yourself in your day-to-day and your choices, and what you're acting out in the moment to moment? How deep-rooted is your identity in being someone who thinks about food all the time or loves food so much and you don't want to give up XYZ versus all the other things that you are? How often do your thoughts focus in on food versus everything else in your life? And that can, like I said, be the restrictive end or the obsessed end. You don't want to miss out on anything. It is both ends of the spectrum. So these are all just things to consider, is how much are you speaking about yourself in a sense of, I don't want to miss out on this, or I can't eat this or that because I'm just too worried, And how often are you thinking in those ways? Because when your thoughts are so consumed by one thing, that starts to dictate the choices that you make day in and day out. So can you love food and still lose weight? If you're in that point postpartum where you're working to lose a few pounds or a lot of the pounds that you gained in pregnancy, I gained a lot of the pounds. So the question you want to ask yourself is, how often am I thinking about this? Or how often am I saying, oh, I don't want to miss out on that, so I'm just going to eat it anyways? You're thinking about it too much. You got to let go of that. You got to detach that need, that desire, that this is just who I am from what you do day in and day out. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's just something to consider. And these are all things that likely you need to consider, because when you go throughout life without the awareness of the way that your thoughts impact your choices, nothing changes. Nothing will change. You have to start being conscious of how you're thinking and your beliefs about yourself, and what you speak over yourself impact not just your weight loss, but your mindset and your consistency and your confidence. It's important, sister. It really is. So just slow down. Slow down. And I don't contribute well to telling you that because I speak fast sometimes, but slow down. Notice your thoughts and change what you need to change up in that beautiful brain of yours, okay? If you want reminders like this more often, just these little kick in the butt, encouragement, tough love texts, you better get on my text list, okay? Every week you get a little bit of tough love from yours truly. So if you want that, just text tough love, 2 words, TOUGHLOVE, to 205-809-7300. The number's below too in the show notes, but we can chat over there. You'll get a little text from me every single week that's just encouraging you, spurring you on, challenging you, and we can chat back and forth there too. So go now and enjoy your next meal. Enjoy the food that you eat, but remember to simply detach identity from the actions you're taking. You are not what you do, okay? You're not what you do. You are in control of your thoughts. You are in control of your choices. Don't let your mind take over and just start, taking the easier path all the time. You are in control, okay? Love you, mama. Get after it.
Before you go, thank you for spending this time with me on the Tough Love Mom podcast. If this episode encouraged you in any way, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a review letting me know how the show has impacted you. Then send this episode to another mom friend, or take a screenshot, post it on social media, and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me on this journey to impact thousands of moms. I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you, sister. Until next time, get after it.